Good evening, people. Welcome to another, and I say another like I've done one recently, what I've watched this week, or the weekly watches, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. I have done these for many years, but not for a while. I stopped doing them for some reason. Bob still does them. Roy over at Blu-ray Movies does them. Stuart at Stuart Joyce's Home Movies still does them. And lots of other people do them as well. So, spurred a moment, I've decided to do one now for the films I've watched in the last weekish. I've got nothing written down, only the films that I have watched, no info on them, which I usually do, written down in my book and write a little bit about them so I don't forget. So I'm going like I used to do in the bad old days when I just go, this is so-and-so. I don't remember what it was about. So I'll blunder my way through this, but out of my collection, I watched Metropolis, and this is no it's not, it's 2001. Nothing to do with the 1920s version, but Metropolis, big, massive city, robots and humans live side by side. Some people aren't happy with that. You've got a private investigator who is going into the underbelly of Metropolis, into what they call level 1 and level 2. And while I had no problems with shiny neon lights, I like that. I often go onto YouTube and just watch people walking around Tokyo. But I like the underbelly of places. And I like the look of the underbelly of level 1 and level 2. I wish you'd have had more of it. But it's a good, solid anime, which pretty much like Akira, gets a little bit weird at the end, or towards the end. But I enjoyed that one. I give that one I don't know, a 6. I thought I'd give it a 7. But yeah, that is one to keep in the collection for definite. And we have In a Lonely Place, 1950, with Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart becomes prime suspect in the brutal Tinseltown murder, and the only person who can supply an alibi for him is a seductive neighbour with her own troubled past, Gloria Graham. Solid film. What did I give this? I give it a 6. Another one I thought I'd give a 7 to. But film noir, I imagine. Yeah. Not my favourite film noir, not my favourite Humphrey Bogart film. But I did like it. He gets a little bit intense. He's got a bit of a temper. Almost kills someone, punches him, and almost kills him with the rock. But yeah, I've seen that one once before, and that's a definite keeper. As is The Blue Dahlia. Alan Ladd, Veronica Lake, and William Bendix, who spends the entire film wanting to fight people and punch people and say, "You looking for trouble?" But Alan Ladd comes home from the war, and his wife having an affair, and then his wife is murdered, and he becomes the prime suspect. So it's that type of film, and I used to love it, absolutely love it. Like, give it an 8 or a 9 out of a 10. I gave it a 7. 1946. I gave it a 7. Yeah, I like Alan Ladd, and I like William Bendix. I remember him from Lifeboat when he got his leg chopped off. Then from 1938, The Lady Vanishes is basically what the title says. There's this young girl gets talking to an older woman on a train. One thing leads to another. The woman isn't nowhere to be seen. No one's seen her. No one believes the girl. So a mystery. Where is this woman? And it's a really good, tight film. It's all set on a train, even though it took longer to get to the train than I remember it. But I like films set on trains. I wish I'd go on a train like that. But solid film. As is this one. Tunes of Glory, starring Alec Guinness and John Mills, set post-World War II in the Scottish barracks. He plays a guy called Jock. He's in charge of this barracks. He's an acting colonel, But then a real colonel comes along, John Mills, and he's going to run it. And it's a clash of personality, a clash of styles. Everything changes. And you can imagine what kind of things happen. And I love the setting. I love everything about this film. I give this one I gave this one, what the fuck did I give it? I can't even see the bloody thing. I think it was an 8. Yeah, 1960. I give it an 8. An excellent film. Very much worth watching if you haven't seen it. Then a couple of other bits and pieces I watched. It's a film from 1937 called I Promise to Pay. All about a loan shark gang. This guy wants to take his family, his wife and kid, on holiday somewhere. Doesn't have the money, so he goes to somewhere where he thinks he's going to, borrow some money and then pay it off a little bit at a time, but they whack the interest on and he can't pay, and it just gets, for 1937 standards, heavier and heavier. I really like that. I give that one a 7. That was fun. 1937. And I watched Bad Boys Ride or Die from 2024. I think they should stop making these, because I like 1 and 2. 3 I liked. 4 overall I liked. I give it a 7. It got more entertaining as it went on, should I say. So yeah, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, they have great chemistry with each other. Let's not lie about it. Then I watched something called The Accursed from 2022. Young girl takes a job in this remote cabin looking after this woman who's waiting to be picked up by an ambulance to go somewhere. But she gets told the woman's dead and there's a demon inside of her. You see the demon hand come out of her mouth a couple of times, and it was just awful. I give it a 3. I didn't care for that one bit. And then last thing I watched Mad Max Fury Road. I like it, but the problem with it is it looks spectacular, even though it's very orange and it made my eyes hurt. Action's great, big, bold, lots of it, fire coming out of a guitar. But the people, like, I don't like or dislike Immortan Joe. I think his war boys are stupid as fuck. It's like, go to Valhalla. No, you won't. You'll die on the side of the road and just be buried by a sandstorm. Furiosa, I don't care about. I don't care about Max. I don't care about Tom Hardy, to be honest. I don't know where this ranks in my Mad Max films. I prefer Fury Road. The fuck am I saying? I need a drink. Good God, what am I saying? I prefer The Road Warrior, possibly the first Mad Max. Yeah, but that's the stuff that I've watched the last week or so. Comments are welcome.